boy,
old as Guns of Icarus competitive play almost, unless we
it
count
really
Thunder
is.
Yeah.
This went back to the fjords where the Gents, there were some very highly contested matches, were able to win and claim the fjords. I think the Ducks played with a chip on their shoulder ever since then.
Yes, indeed, it has been a heated rivalry. Continued throughout COGS, throughout... Well, anyway, we'll talk about that later. This game's getting started here. First off, on the Lusty Argonian Maid, captained by Byron Cavendish, we see a front Artemis, left side double Hades, right side Carronade Carousel. On the Gents Pagoda, piloted by Feast on Thrones, we have a left side Hades double Lumberjack, right side heavy Carronade Watcher.
All right, and over here on the Admiral Quackbar, you have his standard Artemis, front Artemis left and Hades left. Starboard side, you have his very special Carronade Carousel, kind of unique to Sammy there. Dancing Feather, you have the Artemis, front Artemis side, Hades left, and on the starboard side, Gatling Mortar for close range brawling.
All right, well, things are getting right into it here. The Mandarin, very aggressive, just going right towards the Gent spawn. They know the Gents were going to camp in red spawn, so they just went right for it. And it looks like the Gents Pagoda is firing on the Dancing Feather. Looks like they're splitting focus a little bit.
Wow, they're getting big hits there on the Admiral Quackbar. I'm surprised they still have spots through the cloud cover. There's quite a bit.
No, don't shoot at the Admiral Quackbar. You can't kill him. He'll just come back. Now the Dancing Feathers charging in on the Lusty Argonian Maid, taking heavy Watcher fire.
Wow, there goes the Gatling gun.
There's the
He's
Gatling.
got the armor down to half.
There's a few
in.
mortars to start it off. Oh, boom, boom, boom.
Oh my god, I can't believe that charge was successful.
Perfectly timed. Now spewing a bit of tar because reasons. And now Admiral Quackbar's coming in on the Gents Pagoda. He's going to soon be inside the arming time of those lumberjacks.
He got in there. He's got
in there.
On time.
He's in there. Now the Gents Pagoda's going to be grinded down. Could this end up being a meat grind nightmare for the Gents in their own spawn?
His balloon's down.
Yep, there we go.
30%. Lusty Argonian Maid just spawned in. It's going to come into combat. It looks like it could be a meat grind.
No, get out of there. Get out of there, Lusty Argonian Maid. The Gents Pagoda's going down. The Dancing Feathers...
He looks like he can't decide. He's kind of standing there. He's not really moving or deciding which way to go.
He can't be indecisive. The absolute worst decision to make is indecision. And
he's turned his long-range side. I think it's the best thing he can do, try to give long-range support while the galleon dies here.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I think he should just run right now. He's risking having his engine shot out by Artemis.
Wow. Gents Pagoda goes down. Ducks win the first engagement. The Mandarins are sitting here in kind of an awkward spot, though. Let's see where the galleon respawns here for the Gents.
Well, it's an awkward spot, but you know, the Mandarins have the advantage here. I mean, I think the Gents are going to have time to respawn and regroup.
The Junkers on both of the Duck ships are keeping their engines up pretty well. The Mandarins are still keeping their charge despite the weapon loss. And they must have balloons chem sprayed because the balloons are not on fire here. Why not?
Keep your momentum up. Keep the Gents off guard. You can never let the Gents get too comfortable because they're the most dangerous.
Really diligent chem spraying on both balloons. They were both completely chem sprayed. Gents Pagoda actually is stuck here by itself as the Lusty Argonian Maid backed off a bit.
Yes, yes indeed. Looks like we're having one-on-one here as the Dancing Feather goes to attack the Lusty Argonian Maid from behind. The Admiral Quackbar squaring off against the Gents Pagoda. Big Watcher hits, not quite a full burst.
You know, this split engage can actually be a really good idea. Galleons are always best with their ally, so if you get a galleon by itself, you can often get an advantage with a junker.
Well, it is definitely a good idea. You know, split engage, especially because you know you've got Admiral Quackbar's got that disabling, and the other one's got the DPS of the Gap mortar. You can disable one and then focus fire the other. That might be about what's about to happen here.
This entire fight has dropped really low down to the galleon height. You can see everybody dropping down to try to get to that level of combat.
But yeah, if Sammy wanted to, he could just pop back up and attack the Lusty Argonian Maid with Dancing Feather.
Which
and that
he
seems
might
to be
do
what's
right
happening.
Here.
Oh, but the Admiral Quackbar's balloon's down. Oh, the Admiral Quackbar took a bounce there. The Admiral Quackbar's running out of space to descend. Oh, Admiral Quackbar ramming the Lusty Argonian Maid here. The Lusty Argonian Maid's armor's down. Oh, big Watcher barrage from the Admiral Quackbar.
The Gents Pagoda, that was clutch. He completely disabled Quackbar, but I don't think it's been enough to save the Lusty.
Oh, no mortar.
Where's the mortar?
No mortar. No mortar from the Dancing Feather was forthcoming. The engineer responsible for it must have been somewhere else.
Quackbar is getting guns back up. Lost his balloon.
Oh, that's down, but only a mate goes down.
Let's see, though.
Oh.
The Galleon has a chance here to kill Quackbar here. Quackbar's in a bad position.
Yeah, he's got to go for a kill. He can't escape from this. Dancing Feather firing the Gatling in. The Admiral Quackbar firing being fired on by the heavy carronades. Admiral Quackbar descending. The Gents Pagoda is going to go down, crashing into the ground.
Wow. Quackbar is just tanking it. Sammy's invincible as always. And it looks like the Pagoda is going to go down by Gatling fire. Wait.
Oh no! The Dancing Feather has crashed into the canyon and was unable to give the final mortar shot, which allows the lusty Argonian maid to get back in here. I thought the Gents Pagoda was dead for sure.
Oh my god, I can't believe he survived that. Just shows you the tankiness of a Galleon when it needs to be tanky.
Yes, indeed. And now the lusty Argonian maid is definitely back in this fight again. Admiral
Wow,
Quackbar,
you have to wonder if that one mistake is going to cost the Mandarin this age here.
It could well do, but they've got the Gents Pagoda absolutely crippled here. But on the other hand, Admiral Quackbar is descending. The balloon's on fire. And they're bouncing into each other.
4 guns on the Quackbar right now.
Oh, yeah, those two junkers have just kind of gotten too close.
Hull's on fire.
But they haven't dealt the finishing blow.
It's sitting there. 10% armor.
Yeah, a couple carronade shots and a few rockets to do the trick here.
There goes its balloon. If its armor drops, I can't see it surviving that.
Yeah, this has got to be it here. Surely,
okay,
there we go.
Death by ground VIP in Canyon.
After it took a little while, but it got there in the end. And now the lusty
Argonian
Argonian
brutal
maid.
engagement. Argonian is surrounded here. Took out the balloon of the Dancing Feather, which gives it a one-on-one for a moment.
That's what you risk if you take that disable side. I mean, you know, you sacrifice the disabling, you can't get the quick kill. And now that's allowed the Quackbar to get back into the fight after killing the Galleon.
No balloons.
Yeah, indeed. But that's the thing, the Gat Mortar will be the decider here, as you see. Stripping the armor, a few mortars will do the trick, and boom.
That is the game.
Devastating win for the Mandarins. Just really aggressive right from the start.
Very impressive. That first charge set up the entire match. I could not believe they were able to get in, even despite 2 lumberjacks and the carronades. Very impressive.
All right, there we go. And on to the next match.
Rick, what's the next map we're going to here?
The next map, well, according to my documentation, it is Battle on the Dunes. Pretty much better than anyone else I've ever seen. To be honest, that's just my opinion.
Sammy is masterful. He was the one that sort of convinced me that Tar Barrel was the best.
Tar is the way. Yeah.
Tar is the way for a junker. Having the ability to turn your ship fast enough to point your rear anywhere. You can sort of zone any part of the map when you want to.
But in any event, let's get started with the loadouts here. On the Lusty Argonian Maid, we have the in front we have Artemis. On right side we have Gat Mortar, and left side we have double Hades. On the Gents Pagoda, we have left side double Lumberjack Hades, right side heavy carronade Watcher.
All right, and on the Dancing Feather, you're seeing a similar build to what we've been seeing from them, with the port side Hades, Artemis, third Artemis being on the front, and a Gat Mortar on the side. And on Sammy BT's Admiral Quackbar, the same loadout as last match again, with the Artemis front, port side Artemis Hades, and starboard side got the carronade Carousel.
Right, looks like the Mandarins making a break for the wreckage here.
And you see the Gents taking their position, and this is really, I used to call it the propeller. This is one of the most open spots in the entire map, and you have to travel a great distance to get here with very, very little cover. No physical cover and virtually no cloud cover. So this is the spot where they beat the Mandarin the last time, and it looks like where they're positioning themselves to do it again.
It must have been another game that I'm missing in my mind, because I'm remembering a Mandarin Gents game where the entire engagement took in place in A5. That ring any bells?
A5.
Well, there was a Mandarin Gents game where basically the Gents stayed in A5 and the Mandarin just kept charging them over and over.
Wow. Well, you know, I can't say I recall or ever saw that.
Well, yeah, either way, I mean, they are equivalent kind of points. I mean, they are points where you have to charge over a lot of open ground. I mean, obviously the Gents, you know, have their favoured spots for either spawn.
I mean, you have to be convinced right now that the Mandarins have been sitting back there discussing how on earth they're going to get there. This is really... this is the Iron Fortress of all camping spots. Anybody that studied their maps know that this is the most open place in all of Guns of Icarus.
D2 Rips?
B2 ribs is a great way to go.
Looks
the
like
thing
that's
is
what
that
they're thinking about.
if you look at the way that the Gents are set up, you have to wonder where their finishing is coming from. If they're going double Hades or triple Hades, double Lumberjack, they have only one Artemis for finishing. So you're going to have anybody that charges in there is going to come in with absolutely no balloon and absolutely no armor, but there's a good chance they'll make it. I'm wondering why they chose not to have a flak or a second Artemis there.
Well, I think what they're planning to do is just, high altitude, pin them down, keep them beneath you. But the problem is they will just slide right beneath you, then come up and kill you short range. And I feel that's what happened kind of last game with the Admiral Quackbar.
Right. Definitely one of the ways that they were able to get in there. Interesting, they do have a gunner on their Junker. That's a whole divide between Ducks and Gents, Gents will frequently use gunners where Ducks rarely do. Always philosophical differences.
Well, I mean, I think I'd probably be closer to agreeing with the Ducks' point of view there. I just very rarely find I need a gunner. Only maybe on a long range galleon. Maybe on a blender fish, just because it's so much fun. But otherwise, not so much.
Notice there's a rangefinder on their galleon. They did take one rangefinder, and that looks like that is Bane holding that. He's their top deck NG, so it looks like he's going to range find for the lower deck guns. And look, exactly as you predicted. Got the Mandarins coming right through the ribs, and I don't think they're spotted yet. I have no idea how they're avoiding the spot.
Oh, there we go. The spot's gone down. The Dancing Feather. The Dancing Feather's elected to go high while Sammy BT sneakily goes through the bottom.
Oh, very interesting. Using a little split height
differential there we go. They're splitting their fire. This is going to, cripple their finishing power even more, as you said. And now the Mandarin are just getting closer and closer.
Oh, the Dancing Feather did lose an engine. That is critical here.
Yes, Admiral Quackbar's taking balloon damage. Hull's on fire.
It's the turning engine that's gone out, and it's got damage on its other engines here.
Yeah, but no components taken out, no permahull damage taken, and they're just getting closer and closer and closer.
They've closed almost within arming range. There comes the Dancing Feather. He's an arm.
There we go. That's it. They've closed the distance. Lusty Argonian made firing with that Gat mortar. There we go.
The Argonian had turned well in advance, and he's actually winning this engage here.
That's true, but you've got to reckon it's only a matter of time before the Admiral Quackbar comes up, maybe to give some help, disable the Gents Pagoda. There we go, Gents Pagoda's
gonna lose balloon. This is a really tight fight here between the Argonian Maid and the Feather. It's very close.
There we go. Admiral Quackbar's coming up for a quick focus fire.
Oh, Gents Feather lost armor first.
Oh, no, he's continuing to get the balloon of the Gents Pagoda.
Wow, they missed the mortar finish. That should have been a dead ship. They are going to regret that mistake.
Admiral Quackbar, focus Lusty Argonian Maid. You've got plenty of time. Do it.
You know what? Dancing Feather's going to bring the fight to him. Looks like Dancing Feather's dropping down. There goes the Quackbar.
There we go. Now we've got a 2-on-1 situation.
Very smart play by Frogger, dropping down, taking damage in his balloon, bringing the fight to his ally. Now he has help.
There we go. Now we've got the 2-on-1. This could be a very quick death for the Lusty Argonian Maid here if they're not careful.
There comes the Gatling.
Gents Pagoda. Oh, there we go. The Gents Pagoda coming back in with those watches, but it didn't really do all the damage it should have done.
Did he take out the mortar?
I'm not sure. I think he did. Yeah, I think he took out the mortar. That might have saved his allies' life there.
Dancing Feather has no balloon and is giving no fucks. Look at him just coast down without his balloon, giving fire.
Oh, but I think these two Junkers are going to be able to. They'll just focus on keeping those guns up long enough to kill the Lusty Argonian Maid. They're actually using Lusty Argonian Maid for cover. There we go. That's it. And now Gents Pagoda's all in zone.
But look, the Gents Pagoda actually has a decent range. Did he turn his long range side? He's still on his short range side there.
Yeah, well, he's turned his short range side. It's not quite optimal because it's kind of just down a range of Caranet. Well, never mind. In any event, these two Junkers are going to fold in on the Gents Pagoda.
Dancing Feather's still really disabled here. He does have 2 engines though. Oh, and look where Lusty Argonian Maid respawn.
Oh.
And that's one of the problems with the current spawn system now. If the Gents Pagoda tanks here, they can mop up these kills.
There we go. Lusty Argonian Maid just got right into disabling the balloon on the Dancing Feather. The Dancing Feather's completely crippled here as the Admiral Quackbar fights with the Gents Pagoda. The Gents Pagoda's balloon's down, hull's on fire. Gents Pagoda's descending but firing on the
but they are focusing
Feather.
On the Feather. Oh, wow. The Feather's taking a whole lot of pain here.
Oh,
got
that was brilliant. Just focus
I think
firing
Sammy's got
to
switch up here because that gallion's going to be able to survive that tanking.
Sammy can switch up after he's killed the Gents Pagoda, I feel. Don't let this kill get away.
I think Feather's gone, though. Oh, watch a shot went
a
just
lot of those
wide.
watches missed, but the
Doesn't
mortars
matter.
did the trick. Oh, Sammy's
Sammy's
got
got
to
to
kill.
finish this.
Yeah, he
Wow.
finishes it. There
Close
we go.
match. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think it's Sammy's instinct to run here. He's probably in the right
Get
to do
out
it
of there,
because the
Sammy.
Galleon's going to respawn right there.
Even though it's 1-on-1, the Galleon's going to respawn any moment now.
Got to get those engine fires out, and he's got to keep on moving here.
Panicked her. Come on. No, he's just kerosening for it.
That's the best he can do. Let's see if he's got any. He's got his engines all buffed up too. He's at the fastest he can go here.
He's got to be careful that the Galleon's respawned. Oh, if he gets those lumberjacks in, the Admiral Quackbar will be dead.
Look at the Galleon choosing to cut him off.
Oh, there's the balloon. I'm not sure even Sammy BT can get out of this one.
That was a brutal, and brilliant tactic from the Gents Pagoda to spawn him where he was running away to.
There we have it.
He still has armor.
He's dropped the spot. He's dropped the spots. Oh, but the lumberjacks hooking in, but the finishing blows missed.
I think he got out. There's a lack of finishing power on the long sides of those.
He is spotted now.
Oh, look at this. You have the Dancing Feathers actually choosing to come in. There's some shots coming in from the feather.
Admiral Quackbar's turning for a clutch bit of cover. Oh no, but he couldn't get the cover.
He's stuck on the cover he was going for.
He had a damaged engine. One of his engines was damaged. He couldn't quite sneak behind the cover. Now he's crashing into the... Oh, no, he's crashing! Oh, I'm on... Oh, that was... Oh, he tried a really tricky bit of maneuvering there, but that engine got taken out at just the wrong time, I think.
Very unlucky and great. What a move by the Gents Pagoda. I tell you what.
He almost got away. He almost got away with it if it wasn't for his meddling Gents.
Bones basically said, no. I'm going to spawn right here where you're going.
Mate, no. Right, well, there we go. We've reset it now on 2 kills apiece.
You know, this is one of those maps that I think is going to be really different when the spawn system changes. So, a lot of these tactics and strategies are going to have to be reworked.
Yeah, indeed. This map does not like the brawly teams. I think this is probably the least friendly team. The least friendly map for brawly teams. I mean, you see the Glowwater Thralls every week. They try and do some awesome flank, and it's like, you want to see it work, but it just doesn't. This is just such a snipey map.
You know, the funny thing is it's always been that, and so Muse tried adding these clouds to mitigate that. But there are areas like the Gents have found that are really not covered much by clouds. Right there at that propeller, and they are using that. You can see where the Lusty Argonian made is too, just high up, kind of looking over the cloud.
And we were talking about before this box social started, how there was one of the very first cogs matches, like the Merrymen were just hiding behind this boat in B4. Just trying to kind of sneak up on you guys, even though you knew they were there, and it was just a 10-15 minute standoff.
Well, Zill will probably be upset if I don't correct you here. Unfortunately, it was the paddling hiding behind the boat.
Oh, did I say? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And the Merrymen trying to sneak around
paddling and the Merrymen. Sorry, I must have spoke.
It was hilarious. I was actually playing that match just about a year ago, live from PAX East, with an audience that was huge. And I didn't realize till the match was over that there was like 60 people watching us play. And it was tense. And I think
what did I say? Did I say thralls?
Oh, I don't. I think you said.
Well, I meant to say Merrymen versus Bling. Yes. In any event, it looks like the Mandarin are reconsidering here. So you were playing that from PAX then?
I was playing that live from PAX East, yeah, and it was really so tense. You could actually see Zill was in a goldfish. And as he was coming from behind the boat, the fin of the goldfish popped up.
Yeah, it was like a Jaws moment, wasn't it? Yeah.
And we all wondered later if he was doing it intentionally to try to draw our attention over there, because Laurent had come back from the other side to try to pincer. But we spotted Laurent pretty quickly.
In any event, talking of people who've been spotted attempting a charge, the Mandarin's been spotted coming in. Will the Gents be able to disable the Mandarin this time before they... but the Mandarin have taken barely any damage!
Well, they've knocked out a Lumberjack, it looks like, on the Galleon here.
There we go, they're just using those Artemai just to disable the guns.
How did they get close enough to do that?
Nuts! Yeah.
They went all the way, they went the long way across the entire map to get there.
Yeah, those Artemis OP, I guess. And now the Admiral Quack is going to be ramming the Gents Pagoda if he's not... Oh, no, but the Admiral Quack
wow, he's
managed
a
to
little
sneak
bit out of
around.
position though.
Oh, but
Quackbar's
he's entered the short range side. Oh, he just ate some Watcher. And he's going right into a Tar Cloud here.
Sammy still has his armor up.
Oh, for the love of God. Gents, focus on one ship. There we go. Kill the Admiral Quackbar. That's what they need to do.
I think they're going to get it.
The Admiral
Will
Quackbar's
Sammy use his pop
crippled.
balloon? You look like he's going below the gun arch with this pop balloon. How is he still alive?
Sammy BT does not have any vertical movement tools, but the Junker just is innately better vertical movement than the Galleon.
He still sat there with no engines, no guns, and no balloon, and no armor, and is still alive.
Well, now that hopefully they'll be able to finish the dance. But no, that's what the Mandarin do. Every time that they get too badly wounded, they just go down, then they just come up again.
Now, the Quackbar has a clutch balloon break they need to make here on the Gents Pagoda, or else this is going to go really badly for them. So there goes a balloon break on the Pagoda. Can he help him? Can he attack the Lusty Argonian? Oh, bad spot for Dancing Feather. He's trying to tar out of this. He gets his armor up.
The Gatling raining in on the Dancing Feather. Will it be enough?
I don't think he's going to get it up a second time.
Oh, one mortar. There we go. They finished the job. Now the Admiral Quackbar circling the Gents Pagoda. Now I think it might be time to GTFO. They're not going to kill the Galleon in time. It looks like the Admiral Quackbar is retreating.
I think, Sammy's going too late onto the Lusty Argonian. You're getting one of the ships, or both the ships are coming in low armor to engage.
He's disabling the Gents Pagoda, but then he's not getting back up in time to support his ally.
Let's see if Sammy can get away more successfully here. If he loses his balloon, he's going to have a hard time getting away.
He goes Sammy's Great Escape Part 2. Now he's got the cover of the giant turbine and all that tar.
But he did lose his balloon.
That's true.
And an engine.
I know, but he's descending below one of these dunes here. If he just uses the cover of the dunes...
Wait, did he lose his spot?
He lost the spot, yeah, there we go. That's the spot gone.
I think he's out.
Maybe he could make a run for the ribs or something.
He is just out of Artemis range, and he's going to be soon out of Hades range. He is out of there.
Oh, my goodness. Well, possibly an argument for the Gents maybe bringing a Pyramidion or something, because, yeah, the Gents can't chase a ship, even when they're in their spawn. All they can do is fire. I
don't think the Gents have any desire or need to chase. They're so happy back there.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's why I think a lot of people are saying, oh, I don't know, Pyrrha Junker's starting to come back into fashion again, because with like Galleon Junker or double Junker or modular Junker, I mean, there's no real sort of chasing power.
Right.
And I just find that in a lot of situations like this, they're giving up a kill. I mean, this could be 4-2 for the Gents right now, but they couldn't chase the Admiral Quackbar.
They're still only one engage away from winning here, and you have the Quackbar that's only at about 60% permahull.
Well,
2 kills left to go.
That's a key difference. 1 engage versus 1 kill. I mean, if it was 1 kill, they could just say, okay, you just kill 1 ship. It doesn't matter if we win the engage. Just kill 1 ship and we've won. And that's quite an important advantage to have.
Well, I will definitely say I guess I have to agree with you there. It's certainly always a better position to be in. Curious though to see.
Yeah, if Sammy BT hadn't gotten away, no, wait, Sammy BT didn't get away the first time, but he did get away the second time.
You know, if you saw that last engagement, Sammy got a little bit ahead of the Dancing Feather, and then went to the brawl side of the Pagoda. So I think that's really kind of where the Gents took advantage there.
Okay.
What happens though?
Yes, looks like first you don't succeed, try again. Maybe the Mandarins will try it again.
Why don't you remind us the time limit rules for people that don't know?
Time limit rules, right? Okay, 30 minutes is the time limit, and once the time limit has expired, we go into overtime. That means both teams have 2 minutes to get hull armor down. Any ship in the game to get hull armor down. Otherwise, it'll just end. However, games do not go into overtime at the 30-minute mark unless there are at least 3 kills. If you go into overtime, if you go to the 30-minute mark and not at least 3 kills, then it just ends as a draw. However, since there are 3 kills on the board right now, if we went to 30 minutes, it would go into overtime.
And who would win if the time expires? It goes to the Gents.
If the overtime expires, then the team with the highest score wins.
So basically, we're stuck in the position where the Mandarins need to engage.
Well, yes, the Mandarins need to engage. If the Gents were to wait out the rest of this game, then they would win by virtue of having 3 points and the Mandarins having 2.
Well, I'm on both of the Gents ships looking at their steering, and it looks like nobody is hitting the throttle.
You see, that overtime team timer though. Once it's like, okay, you've got 2 minutes to do some hull damage. That can make you do some silly things. Well, I mean, sometimes you don't have a choice. You've just got to get in there and do some hull damage as soon as you can.
Now we have Sunderland complaining of slow-mo right now.
Uh-oh. Okay, Gents saying...
Let's see if I can notice any...
All right, let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Looks normal to me.
You can't see it from crew movement. You only can see it from ship movement, but with no ships moving. The funny thing about that glitch is that crew always moves at the same speed during slow-mo.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, that. Well, maybe the Gents don't notice because they're not moving, so they've got nothing to really compare it to.
Okay, looks like slow-mo is gone. They were using the cooldowns of their fire tools to see the speed of the game.
Fair enough.
Tell you what, are these players that play a lot or what?
Yeah, total nerds. Get a life, bro. Anyway, looks like the Admiral Quackbar and the Dancing Feather are going to try and sneak into the ribs once again. Why not? I feel they were a little more successful when they tried coming through the ribs.
It's a shorter distance to traverse, to be certain. You can see them riding this dust cloud again, like surfers riding a wave, trying to get to that area. Now, they were able to make it incredibly far without getting spotted last time. See how they do this time.
Do you think, I mean, how much do you feel that the damage the Gents are doing on the Mandarins as they charge, how much do you feel that's contributing to the close range fights, which are actually the deciders?
Well, you know, the thing is the Gents are focusing on armor damage on their build, so it's contributing a small percentage, because if you already have your mallet hit in and your armor low on a junker, it's a lot easier to break it with a Gatling gun. So it's basically, it seems like they're using their long-range sight to soften the ships, assuming the charge is happening.
I mean, but just in practice, how much good? I mean, I feel like in that engage we just saw, the Mandarins just came in pretty much almost undamaged. And, well, it looks like we're about to see it again here as the Dancing Feather goes high, Admiral Quackbar goes low as they're coming in.
And they're splitting fire again. Look at the Hades going from one ship to one ship.
Splitting fire. Don't split fire. I say, if you're going to snipe, then focus fire.
Oh, they didn't chem spray the balloon.
Whoopsie doodle.
That is a tactical error. They got it down now, though.
There's a whoopsie doodle moment there as the Admiral Quackbar's getting dangerously close. The Dancing Feather coming in as well. The Gents Pagoda's got 2 guns disabled. It's almost as if the Mandarins are doing more long-range damage than the Gents are. And
I'm curious to see if they change their target priority here. There goes the balloon on the Gents Pagoda.
There we go. So, Admiral Quackbar's doing damage to the Gents Pagoda. You've got to be careful not to get in that short-range side. Gents Pagoda trying to turn short-range side towards the Admiral Quackbar, but Admiral Quackbar very doggedly trying to avoid that.
Lusty Argonian is stuck in that weird range spot where he's about 500 meters away and is not in range of his Gatling gun.
Not quite short range, not quite long range. There we go.
Right between. There he goes. Now he has
Lusty Argonian mate's got the Gatling on the Admiral Quackbar as the Gents Pagoda continues to descend. What is the Dancing Feather's just focusing on the Gents Pagoda?
And I think the Lusty Argonian sat back there a little bit too long trying to decide which range to engage on.
This is quite smart by the Mandarins. They're focus firing on the Gents Pagoda. They're picking one or the other. Admiral Quackbar's tanking the damage as he's so good at doing.
And Dancing Feather is actually using his left side with his Artemises. And you can see him disabling the guns on Pagoda.
Oh, that's interesting. They crippled the Gents Pagoda, and now both Dancing Feather and Admiral Quackbar are engaging long range, just down a range of the Gap Mortar.
They actually kited. Very, very tricky. And they're going to get a kill here for this, I think.
Yeah, probably. I would be very surprised if they didn't get the kill on the Gents Pagoda here. Yep, that Hades hooking in, Balloon's gone, Harm is gone, and boom.
They actually
ties things up.
A full-on mid-range engagement, but look, I didn't even notice Quackbar armor went down.
Admiral Quackbar's taking a lot of damage, though.
I can't believe he survived that, because the Lusty Argonian only had one Artemis to finish the job. They are missing that other Artemis.
All right,
they're only going to need one Artemis to finish this kill now, though.
All those shots raining in on the Lusty Argonian maid. Has the Lusty Argonians turned to pull a Sammy BT? However, the Gents Pagoda spawn not too far away. Oh, but this could potentially be meat grindy here if the Gents Pagoda does not start contributing fire right now.
If the Dancing Feather and the Admiral Quackbar were smart, they'd charge at one or the other, because they actually have them split up here.
But what are they doing? It's like they had the armor down on the Lusty Argonian maid, but it looks as if the Admiral Quackbar turned around. A little bit of indecision there.
They want to get the lumberjacks down on the Gents Pagoda so they don't lose gun arcs on their Artemis, but I don't think they did it fast enough.
No, they should just go for. Yeah, I think you're right. They should just go for one or the other.
I think they're sitting in the range of both ships. If they went in one direction or the other direction, they could get out of the range of one of them. But they're sitting in the kill zone of both ships right now.
Yeah, and
they've got to force a 2v1.
The Gents are starting to turn the tide. Admiral Quackbar is taking a dangerously consistent amount of lumberjack fire here.
Yeah, you have the Mandarins have got to change their position or finish off that ship. Boy, that's a second armor break with no kill there.
But Gents Pagoda's got to be careful. He's got to stick to the Admiral Quackbar. He can't.
Now the Argonian maid is actually mostly disabled, all except for one gun. Just got his other gun back up.
I think Lusty Argonian maid should start focus firing on Admiral Quackbar as soon as possible. I think the Gents Pagoda can probably tank the Dancing Feather's long-range fire at least for a little bit longer.
Well, you can see a position change here by the Dancing Feather. They are now moving on the Gents Pagoda. They have decided to pick that target, and I think they're going for a split engage here.
Admiral Quackbar is reeling. Admiral Quackbar is reeling, but he's going underneath the pagoda. He's going underneath the pagoda. He's zoning out those lumberjacks. However, now the Dancing Feather getting
on both ships. Yes, Pagoda armor goes down. Dancing Feather armor goes down. Pagoda gets up first.
And now Dancing Feather using the Gents Pagoda for cover from the Lusty Argonian maid, but Pagoda just not going to let him do that for too long.
Lusty Argonian maid is kind of far out, though. They could get a quick kill here if they focus fire onto that Gents Pagoda.
Oh, the push and pull of combat here. Dancing Feather withdrawing just as the Admiral Quackbar comes back in, trying to disable the Gents Pagoda. Gents Pagoda's balloon is going down. Fire everywhere. Not a drop to drink. And now, focus fire on the Gents Pagoda here.
Quackbar is missing balloon now, though.
That's true, but the Admiral Quackbar can continue to fire on the Pagoda as they go down.
There goes the armor.
Oh, there's the armor on the Pagoda. Oh, but there's good shots going in on the Quackbar, but I feel more damage is being done to the Pagoda.
They've got it down to a wounded spot here.
The Quackbar or the Pagoda are going to go down, one or the other, or both.
There goes the armor. Can they finish?
Can they finish? I think so. I think so. Oh, but a few crucial Hades shots missing. And now the Admiral Quackbar taking a huge
he's in trouble.
And now the Admiral Quackbar's in trouble.
Oh my God, they're all in trouble.
The Pagoda's armor's down as well. Oh, one more shot.
Oh, it's a finish. Oh my God,
the Admiral Quackbar.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable the tankiness in that Pagoda right now.
No, there we go. That's good.
This is a situation we're talking about. They have one kill to go. Will they charge? Will they go and try to strike the advantage and take the risk?
Admiral Quackbar was just a little bit more tanky than the Pagoda there.
Look at the aggression here. They're going to try to finish it right now.
Yeah, they've got like 15-20 seconds before.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk.
They could do it. They could do it though.
They've got two guns down the Argonian.
Oh, there's the Pagoda though. The next few seconds will decide everything. Who is the Pagoda going to focus on?
The Pagoda's turning. It's already got its Hades on target.
He's chosen to fire the lumberjacks and the Dancing Feather.
It's completely out of the fight. Feather's lost his armor.
Dancing Feather's in the crossfire. Oh, that's
Quackbar's
it!
bouncing on the ground.
Oh no! It's Admiral Quackbar! Oh god, Admiral Quackbar is in a horrible position! He's
Oh
gonna have to
no.
go through the Gents if he wants to escape.
Oh, I can't imagine he gets out of this.
Not even Sammy BT can get out of this one. Maybe
He
he
is
can
stuck
try.
on the propeller.
He could try kiting them around the propeller for a bit. Oh no, he's taking a bounce. He's taking a bounce, and now the balloon's down. This has got to be over here. Spewing that tar.
Oh my god. He is still alive.
Oh, I'm just seething here.
Alright, Frogger knows he has to charge in. You can see full kerosene,
Yep.
full on speed. He is coming
he's
in.
doing it. Admiral Quack, he's kiting them around this, using the tar, but no, yeah, there we go. Gents Pagoda's gone around one side, Lusty Argonian Maid's going around the other.
Oh,
There's
Sammy
nowhere
sees it,
left
but he
for
can't
Sammy
react
to
fast
run.
enough.
There's nowhere there for him to run. Come on, no way. No way can he get out of this.
That ground's gonna take him out, I think. Oh, can he get the balloon up?
He's gonna crash. He's gonna crash. Boom.
Oh. Wow.
Well, there
Tense
we have
match.
it. A narrow victory for the Gents. Well fought, hard earned.
And you see the Gents both times winning their engagements with the respawn from the galleon.
Yes, indeed. Okay, and for the next map we have Neuven Fjords. That should be good. Well,
this is where the bloodlust started from the Gents to begin with.
Right now, I'm sure Robert Dan, Full Foracle, those whippersnappers. Just me and Smollett, we know a thing or two. Anyway, Northern Fjords. Here we go. Let's do the lowdowns. Lusty Argonian Maids, Byron Cavendish. We have a Artemis front, left side, double Hades, right side, Gat Mortar. On the Gents Pagoda, we have left side Hades, double Lumberjack, right side, heavy Carronade Watcher.
Wow, spots are already up and the fighting is beginning. It looks like they're going behind the mountain here. I tell you what, we'll go through real fast. The loadouts haven't changed. Dancing Feather is going to be the Artemis front, Artemis port with the Hades as always, and then Gat Mortar right side. And you have Sammy with the Carronade Banshee right side, Artemis, and Hades as well. So you are seeing some Hades fire and Artemis fire kind of just poking at each other here, and they're taking up positions on opposite sides of the mountain.
Okay, Smollett, if you could, well, let's just see if this is going to be a snipe fest before we start going to color and banter territory. Okay.
It really actually looks like it looks like they're taking up sniping positions. The thing about the Junkers is that they're able to move in and out of cover, and they have this beautiful point of this mountain that we colorfully refer to as Candy Mountain for reasons I can't recall any longer.
Yeah.
But they are moving back and forth. Use it for cover, so not a lot of hits going so far. It looks like they're just out of Artemis range.
All right, I'm gonna do something crazy and move into color territory here, but just tell me, Smollett, are Ducks a 2-team clan right now or a 3-team clan? What's the dealio?
I gotta tell you, I'm not totally up on what's going on. There's only really 2 teams that have been competing lately, which is the Modeling and the Mandarin. You have a lot of pilots that have had to leave for real-life reasons on some of the other teams. So there's 2 teams that are highly active right now, but the Ducks always try to keep 3 going. Can't say for sure what's happening with our 3rd. So, to be determined.
Now, I think what's quite interesting about the Waddling is they are pretty hardcore double galleon. Old school. Talk about old school. It doesn't get much more old school than that. Is that kind of like just something they're always going to stick to? I found what I've always found about Duck teams is that they've got they'll have their ships, they'll have their styles that they'll always stick to. I mean, with the paddling, it was the galleon, junker, pyramidion, and if there was the double junker on the raft. Is that like a continuing thing with the Ducks, you think?
I think the way that you see a lot of the philosophies go is that people try to get mastery. And so you'll notice that pilots like Frogger and Sammy have almost exclusively flown the Junkers since they started playing the game. really talking about 7-8 months of junker flight from both of these pilots each. And so I think it's maybe just a little bit of a philosophy where people try to completely master the vessel that they fly, and it's for crews alike. When you get your crew practiced and practiced and practiced on the same ship, it's all muscle memory, and everybody knows exactly where they're walking, where they're jumping, and what they're doing.
But do you feel that can be as much of a weakness as it is strength? Because you work so hard to master one style, that you can't kind of pick a hard counter for a certain map or a certain team or that kind of thing and be as comfortable with it.
I know. I think the rigidity can be as much of a weakness as a strength.
I
One of
mean,
the reasons why in the paddling I introduced the junker in addition to the Pyramidian, because the game was starting to change and changes needed to be made. I think you also saw the waddling switch from the Spire Galleon to the Galleon.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to run with it to see how far they can go. They had a real tough loss in last Sunday's Rumble. I think they lost both games 4-5, and both games were within their grasp. So I think they're going to keep on going down this road until they exhaust it. But it can be a weakness for sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that's just the story of so much of Guns of Icarus competitive play. Mastery versus versatility. I mean, there are just some teams who will just, you'll see them take something different practically every match, and there are just some teams who will just always stick to that certain style. And
I mean, there's certainly something to be said for being unpredictable, for taking a different build. The element of surprise is always advantageous, but I also felt like when I was competing that there was also a certain level of confidence. I came in saying that we know that you know what we're going to bring, and we're going to bring what you know that we are going to bring, and win with it anyways. And I felt there was a bit of an intimidation factor when you were in the number one spot to do that.
Yeah,
look at that great
True.
flare. Look at that flare they just put in. Unbelievable. I wonder if that's enough to get the spots here. That's max range flare though. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive, but still no spots are forthcoming. The Mandarin have basically gone all the way around the map here. They're going to try the other flank, which might be a better idea. Yeah, it looks like they've got a little bit more cloud cover, a bit more smokestack cover here.
It looks like I did miscall the spawns. Red spawn's a little bit more difficult to assail, and unfortunately, one of the great spots that to go into is getting flared up right now. Not often used, but you can go around the outside of that smokestack.
Well,
but not with those flares there.
When you see the Glow Waters Assault Blue spawn, it works almost every single time. Just with the coming low through the clouds, coming high over the arch.
Wow,
into
this
the
is
clouds.
a high charge going right through the open.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is risky. Got a gun knocked out on the. Artemis is still up on the front of that ship.
Okay, are we getting split fire? We're getting split fire again. Here we go. The Gents Pagoda firing on the Quack Bar.
I think they're getting into range of that Pagoda here.
Feather. Yep, it's true. I think it would be a good idea to try and take out the Admiral Quack Bar here for the Gents. Because, yep, Quack Bar is getting dangerously close.
They've both backed off. They're happy to just kind of sit in. This is mid-range combat completely. They're going back to the tactic that worked in their second engagement in Dunes. They're fighting a complete mid-range, going for the accuracy of their gunners and the ability to knock out the lumberjacks. You're seeing absolutely no portside guns in that galleon.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, Quackbar got close enough to kind of make Gents Pagoda second-guess himself a little bit, and then moved away, and now they're engaging, you're right, as you said, double middle range.
Quackbar did lose its balloon, which is a really big disadvantage. The Artemis is completely lose arc in this situation. This is not turning to the Mandarin's favor any longer.
But yeah, that's the problem. If you're going to go middle range when the Gents have the high ground like this, they will tear your balloon to shreds. And
well, to the Gents' credit, they are creating this high ground. They are popping those balloons to get that advantage. Galleon lost armor though. It took about 30% perma-hull damage.
Oh yeah, but of course, you know, the Admiral Quackbar can arc those Hades shots upwards. He's doing a very good job of it. He got the Admiral, he got the Gents Pagoda's armor down there, but he did not do any damage to the permahull.
Dancing Feather sitting back almost in long range now, and just pelting them while Admiral Quackbar is tanking. You see both of those ships are dropping down to try to engage the Quackbar, and the Quackbar is happy to keep on going lower. Oh, lost armor
Yeah,
and balloon. That's a
he's
bad
not going to
spot
be
to be in.
he's not going to be happy
That
for
is a
much
bad
longer.
spot. His balloon was tanking the damage until he lost his balloon.
Oh, all that fire
Pagoda's
on
getting
the balloon.
Mashed. Let's see how many people are tanking their hull right now.
But that's the thing. I mean, Admiral Quackbar, there's a lot more space for him to descend.
Okay,
oh,
there goes two people on the hull.
Down.
2 people on the hull. Are they gonna get it up?
Oh, that
Got
last
it up.
Hades missed.
Fast moves by the pilot there on the
Yes,
Pagoda
indeed.
there, with Feast on Thrones jumping down there, getting on that hull.
Oh, but there we go. The Hades finishing off the galleon. Well, now the Lusty
Quackbar
are
is
going.
still not in a great situation. He's. Oh, what is he doing?
Well, he survived, didn't he?
Good
looks like-
shots by that Hades.
Admiral Quackbar's trying to sort of circle strafe disable the Lusty Argonian maid.
He's gonna need to pop that balloon, or else he's gonna. Well,
They're gonna
Quackbar
need to
still has
kill.
most of his armor.
You're gonna need to kill Lusty Argonian maid quickly here, guys. Gents Pagoda's gonna come back up, and he's gonna have
Good
cover.
Gatling fire
the
from the
cover of the
Argonian
bridge.
maid is gonna really put Quackbar in a bad situation here.
Yep, Quackbar stuck around too long there, and now he's dead.
And I think Dancing Feather stuck a little bit too far away. He didn't press the advantage.
Yeah, I mean they could have got that like perfect meat grind kill chain combo, but it wasn't. They weren't quite aggressive or
Great
fast
lumberjack
enough.
shots. Look at that balloon go down there.
Yeah, I mean, but Dancing Feather popping tar and getting into those clouds, dropping the spots.
He's flared up
and-
though. He's not really in the
He
clouds
is
when he's
flared up, but I think he's going to get away. I think he'll be able to get away out of this. He could just glide down underneath that archway there, even without balloon. And I think that's what he's going to try and do.
He has to make sure not to get hung up on that terrain there, though.
Oh, he's turning to the side. All right, well, that
I think he
seems to be
knows if he
working.
loses his balloon over that spike, he's in a bad spot. He's taking the safer route here. It's probably for the best.
All right, well, there we go. Spewing a little bit more tar, just for good measure. And now we have the engagement reset.
Look at Fluid Tear.
Oh, Fluid Tear talking some smack here.
There's a little smack talk.
Your is spelled Y-O-U. Yeah, anyway. I wasn't being sarcastic. I think these are great matches, says Byron Cavendish. All right, well, there we go. Apparently they did not think he was being sincere. Well, you know, Byron takes Byron does not mind he doesn't mind waiting around having long matches at all. Of course, Byron was part of the longest game in Go-Yo competitive history.
I've heard of this mythical match.
2 hours and 2 hours and 2 3/4 hours.
I'll have to confess that I have
series.
never actually watched that match from start to finish.
Well, there may be a reason for that. As I recall, the second game it was in Canyon Ambush, and it took about an hour and 10 minutes, I think. And right at the end, as the Gents were about to go down and bring it to a third game, I was going, no. That was a benchmark moment, I feel, in Guns of Icarus competitive play, because after that was when time limits started being introduced.
Right. A very, very high placement on the map. The Gent, Pagoda, and Argonian pretty much at ceiling here.
Oh God, Smollett. Do you remember when people thought like a half-hour game was a long game?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
That match versus the Gents was almost I think almost 40 minutes. It was the longest game in Guns of Icarus history for competitive play. The first one. Yeah.
And
Things have changed.
then we beat you very quickly. I think for a little bit we held it BFS versus the Gents.
BFS, to my mind, still has one of the most impressive long games by being able to have an hour-plus match on Duel at Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
That took the cake, I think. Was it against cake?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, no pun intended there. Yeah, and but even then, I mean, we were just sniping those guys with mercs for God knows how long. But it ended up with just a sort of a clutch kind of a GAT flak charge. But a GAT flak, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's another way the meta's changed. I mean, you don't really have medium range-ish GAT flak anymore. You have short range GAT mortar, or you don't. Pretty
That's
much.
the big discussion in the dev app, right? Is people trying to make mid-range meta by reintroducing a more powerful portable flak, or light flak.
I mean, is there a mid-range? Well, I guess the mid-range meta right now would maybe be Hades flak, maybe, or double Hades.
I think you're
something
seeing
like that.
Artemis really falls into the play in almost all of the mid-range combat, just because it's
Well,
so versatile.
I guess so. And Artemis is quite versatile. Yeah, Artemis is very versatile. I'll give you that. It works quite well in medium range. It works quite well in long range. It has been nerfed recently, but I mean, it hasn't made too much difference. I mean, have you been noticing too much of an issue since it's been nerfed?
Well, the nerfs are always minor. They were never intended to cripple the gun, especially
Oh
because
yeah,
so
but
many
the
people
ducks.
favor it.
You guys do research on it though, don't you? You've got your research and development department.
Oh, you should see my spreadsheets, all of my data. It's not like we're the only one. I love seeing the other team spreadsheets that pop up every once in a while. And every team has just these really elaborate crunching numbers. It's always pretty good. I was actually explaining to somebody the other day, one of the reasons why we used to use mercs on the side of our pyramidians way back when was because the flak came just short of the 750 that you used to need for the pyramidian. So by doing 20 permahull damage against a pyramidian as it came in with the mercuries, you could actually win the engagement with one clip. The math matters.
you switched out to double flare for a time there.
We did. It was
and that was the week you actually lost to the raft, I think.
We had actually been using double flare for months by that
point.
Well,
yeah, no, that is true. You used it against us, I think, for once or twice.
It was the perfect storm. The raft really just played exceptionally well on the map that they beat us. We really just got outplayed. They had been practicing for months and they built a build specifically to counter us. And in practice, they actually used to beat us probably about 33 to
all right.
50%.
Well, let's not forget the as we discussed the past here, as it looks like the Dancing Feather and the Admiral Quackbar are exchanging fire here.
Great balloon pop onto the Quackbar here.
Well, this is old school cover sniping right here. Except the Gents don't have any cover. Yes, this is a situation I've discussed before. This is actually a situation that the Mandarin have got into the Gents before. I had an argument with 4th Oracle, and I was saying, in this position, the Mandarin have the advantage because they can cover snipe, whereas the Gents, they can't do that. And I maintain that is still the case if the Mandarin chooses to stay in that cover.
These lumberjacks are kind of they've got their mark in, they've got their beam.
Well, that's
they're going to have to do something about the lumberjack here to make this position useful.
The lumberjacks are almost, well, I'm not saying useless, but they're very their usefulness very much depreciates when your opponents have cover. Certainly, your balloon goes down, duck back into cover. Balloon goes down, duck back into cover.
Now, it doesn't look like the Mandarin are really satisfied with this position. They seem to be readjusting here. You have lowering of altitude here by the Feather and Quackbar.
I mean, that is why BFS used to love the quad mercs back in the day, because though it took a long time, you would chip away at them you would get a little bit of permahull.
No, absolutely.
Just very slowly.
Well, actually, before they fixed the merc, and I don't remember if this was before or after you guys developed the quad merc, but you actually could do quite a bit of permahull damage. It was a broken part of the game. I don't think they ever announced, but the Mercury used to spill over doing piercing modifier against the hull when the armor broke for one shot.
Oh shit! Yeah, I think that was after they fixed it, because we picked them down pretty slowly, as I recall.
Yeah. Oh, so a lot of good flares going here. There they go. They're just shooting them as soon as they can reload.
Okay, well, looks like the Dancing Feather and the Admiral Quackbar are reconsidering here. Not sure what they're going to do. I mean, the Mandarins have been in this situation. Like I said, they've been in this situation against the Gents before. So maybe they're going to try something new.
You've got spyglasses out on all of these Gent ships. You can see everybody staying behind their gun position with a spyglass out. It's actually pretty impressive watching everybody spot like this. Except for their Artemis gunner. I think it's got it turned here. He has a turn arc, so spotting as well.
Yes, indeed. It's very nice to be able to see everyone running about on the decks. Oh, another flag. A few more flares going down.
Full buffs up there on the Mandarin ships. See the Junkers getting buffed up pretty well on the Lusty Argonian Maid here. There's a repositioning happening here. It's curious, when there's clouds, you'd think you'd have an advantage as a charging team, but coming through a cloud blank when you're flared and you can't see them is actually much more dangerous.
I'm seeing an awful lot of Lesmok on the Gents team here. I feel
you have it for the gunner uses is I see what you're saying. There's actually Lesmok on just about everybody here. Mostly for that lumberjack there on the galleon.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. I'm wondering how much use is that Lesmok really getting? Because I mean, you're getting maybe one or two max range extra lumberjack shots, but it almost doesn't matter because, I mean, usually the Mandarin here are just closing the distance.
It's a good point. But for it's a little bit of a crutch. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's so difficult to hit with that gun. The Lesmok will make the shot travel faster and more level.
I mean,
so to give yourself a chance of hitting those range shots, you almost need it.
I mean, I remember. I think you guys paddling. You used to put like Lochnagar in lumberjack some of the time.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Takes down your army time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking maybe one of these guys should have like Lochnagar just in case, because I remember it just being absolutely devastating. If someone was once they closed the distance, you'd still have that Lochnagar lumberjack as your ace in the hole. And I feel something like that might behoove the Gents somewhat here, because like I said, usually the Mandarin are just closing the distance.
Now, what happens should this match go to a draw? You have one win for the Mandarins and one win for the Gents. There's about less than 12 minutes remaining.
If this match goes to a draw, then a game at Duel of Dawn is played to the first 2 kills. It ain't perfect, but and in fact that would actually be unprecedented because that's never happened before. So
Good
we
flares by the Gents. They are spreading them out, but you can tell if you look at the flare placement, they have no idea where the Mandarin are. When you see a flare going to the south and a flare going to the north, you know that they are very confused. And look at them use this north passage here. I think they might try going behind that pipe, but it's very risky because if they come in when the flare comes in, they're at a big disadvantage if they readjust. They've got to see that flare in front of them. Hopefully they see it.
Okay.
Right, well, yeah.
The Mandarin are got to know that if they go through that flared area, they're going to be spotted. Hang on a minute. The Mandarin just kind of moonwalking backwards here.
Look at that. There's a spot on the Gents Pagoda right now. Do you see that?
Yep, yeah,
Must have caught themselves in their own flare, or somehow they've got themselves spotted.
The flare, I think the flare just appeared a little bit closer to the pagoda, but in any event, yeah, the quack bar's been spotted now.
Nearly has lost its balloon, and there's a fire on the balloon.
This is allowing this sort of moonwalking backwards. This is allowing the Mandarin to
already in the Gents' favor here. They're getting a lot of chip damage, and the balloon down. Quackbar's going to take that fight low.
It doesn't matter.
A lot of fires on the galleon, though. It looks like the Hades are setting fires just all over the place in the pagoda.
The quack bars. Yeah, the quack bar's got vertical cover now. Vertical cover and maybe horizontal cover if he wants it.
Look at the feathers actually using the pipe as a cover point for the engagement. This is a little bit tricky. This is not an area of the map you often see used.
No, you don't. I've only ever seen the Glowwater Thralls make extensive use of this area.
Quackabar's about to rise up enough to get gun arcs. It looks like the pagoda is going to let him do that. They've lost their lumberjack.
Oh yeah, a lot of sustained Hades on the pagoda.
Feathers lost its balloon, but it should be able to keep gun arcs here through this drop.
Yeah, you
can still see the Hades going.
This is what the Mandarins need to do, like just pick on the immobile ship. Wheel all those Hades, but there's no. Where's the arts to follow it up?
They got 1 or 2 in, but you're right. There could have been a lot more. Very high disable on the galleon, though.
Yeah,
this is an attrition battle here.
I feel that the Mandarin have the advantage in the attrition battle because it's those Artemises versus those heavy guns that take a long time to repair. Yeah, I have a feeling that the Mandarins are going to win this battle of attrition, but they've only got 10 minutes.
The pagoda is actually slowly repositioning and backing out of the fight. which is probably the intelligent thing to do. He was a little bit far away from his ally, and they had a cover there to use on him for a mid-range engage. He has backed out.
Yeah, he realized he was in the danger zone. Yeah.
Very smart repositioning there. See how this goes here. So the range is back in the favor of the Gents, I would say. They've got the range that normally suits them better, with all of their less mock on their weaponry.
Looks like the Mandarin are charging. They're going head on, it looks like.
I think they've lost their patience.
It seems so. Well, that and they don't want to see this go into a draw. I don't think anyone wants that.
Quackbar has lost its balloon again.
Precision Artemis shooting on the pagoda. They've taken out a few guns, but the Admiral Quackbar
Hades and
has
Lumberjack
lost
on
its
the
balloon.
pagoda are both out. Quackbar gets its balloon back up.
The Admiral Quackbar's got plenty of space to glide down, though, so that might not be too much of a problem.
You can see the Quackbar has actually buffed its balloon, getting its altitude back up fast.
Split focus. Why? Now the Gents Pagoda's getting picked apart. Mandarin are focusing, but the Gents
Pagoda's
are
about
not.
to lose armor again. Good shots coming in. Those Artemises are coming to finish now.
There we go. I think this is all over for the Pagoda.
Wow, got its armor back up. One Hades might do it here. There it goes.
But you saw that, didn't you? The Gents split their focus again, while the Mandarin's focus fired.
Now let's see if they press their advantage. Last time they didn't press their advantage. They lost a ship. It looks like they're holding mid-range. They're expecting that guy to come back, and they're going to fight a 2v2 again.
Well, I mean, this could be potentially the deciding kill here. If they get that free, then they could win an overtime victory.
Gents Pagoda's back, but look how low he spawned. He's very low in altitude. Probably
it's going to take him a while to get back up there. By the time he does get back up there, his ally could be dead.
Now, there's 2 engines missing on the Argonian Maid right now. It's probably not going to be moving too fast. Missing 3 guns, about to lose its armor.
Pagoda's not sure what to do.
This could be a kill.
He's rising up. He's rising up. Oh, but he could be rising up at the exact wrong time. There goes the armor. There we go. There's the armor.
Fast rebuild. They are in tank mode.
Look at how high the Gents Pagoda's arcing up those lumbers.
Look at this. 3 people on their hull. 1, 2, 3 people on that junker hull. Not enough.
Matter. He's dead.
Not enough.
And now the Gents Pagoda's gone straight into Meat Grind Town.
It looks like the Quackbar's trying to move into close range side. It wants to take that balloon out, and I think he might get it.
There we go.
Good Hades shots.
Carronating him down. Quackbar circle strafes. He's in the army time anyway.
Balloon down on the pagoda. Armor's on fire. It's about to drop. There it goes.
There we go. There we have it.
But I think he hit a gun.
I think this is going to be a win for the Ducks. Lusty Argonian Maid respawns. Lusty Argonian Maid may just want to hide. Hide, Lusty Argonian Maid.
That could be a meat grind.
Hide. Lusty Argonian Maid.
Meat grind right there.
He's ignoring. No, he's ignoring his dying ally. He's going straight for the arch.
Now there is a spawn point behind the arch. Is that a neutral spawn point?
I think you might be. I think he might have thought, oh, maybe I can save him, but as soon as he respawned, he realized, no, I can't.
Look at this. They know he's there.
Oh no! What is he? Oh no! Wait.
Do they know that they're going into a 2v2 here?
Oh, maybe they don't.
Is choosing to take the cover. Quackbar is choosing to straight out engage here. Oh, Quackbar's getting his
lust. Oh, I think this is a mistake.
Going for tar.
This is a mistake.
Going for tar.
I think mistake by Lusty Argonian Maid going up to on the level of the Mandarin. Maybe not.
Because the Gents Pagoda is so down low. I see what you're saying, but it doesn't matter. It looks like the Gents Pagoda brought the fight to its level here.
What are the Mandarin?
The Quackbar balloon.
The Mandarin could have basically engaged Lusty Argonian Maid 2-on-1, but they decided to kind of scoot back. What are they doing? They're just retreating. Maybe they want a timeout victory.
I think they're gonna just be content with the timeout victory. There's probably only about 2 minutes left here.
Oh, very clever.
And I think they'll have it unless the Gents choose to charge. I can't see
the
Gents.
Basically, if the Mandarin just go back to their spawn and the Gents refuse to chase, then they'll win their timeout victory.
It's going to be very difficult to charge that gun line with the galleon. Presuming even they make it in, the galleon will be completely disabled. They'll only have one ship with guns left. It looks like the Dancing Feather and the Quackbar are both retreating back to their side of the
Well,
map.
it looks like the Gents have realised what's going on here. It seems
Oh,
the
but you
Lost
have one
Argonian
ship out of
main
position.
scooting
What is that?
forward.
The pagoda is really far away from its allies. Or Lusty Argonian actually took the vanguard on this charge here, and they are kind of winning this engagement currently. Quackbar's taking a lot of fire. It's got one engine out, one engine on fire, and a balloon at half health.
Yeah, they're just scooting around towards this mountain here, and if they can get around this mountain, they'll have tons of cover.
Oh, they're still going.
Yep, that's it. Do whatever you have to do to win.
That's competitive play.
That's
it's
competitive play for you.
That's right. We've seen it many times. Teams will take whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Addy Danny Boo Boo goes the taunt in the text there.
Kinda cheesy, but whatevs, says Byron.
1 minute to overtime from Urs, so they'll have basically 3 minutes to break armor here.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to get cornered in, though. I think the gentleman will force the fight. I can't.
But the Gents, they're going. They're both following them from one direction.
Oh, are they just going to slip past?
That's the there you go. That's the thing. They're just engineer captains, aren't they? They don't have let's see. Byron's only got tar, and Feast on Crone's only no one's got kerosene. They the Mandarins have the speed advantage.
And as you know, the Mandarins take buff hammers for their engines.
So yeah, they're they're just doubly fast. And I mean, the Pagoda's got some good speed. I think as this, the Galleon's got the innate speed advantage on the Junker, but he needs to turn his guns to actually do any damage.
This is interesting. You see, they've actually gone to a spot where they can actually sit behind a mountain and force a close range engage. I think they brought this to a place that if the Gents want to get them, they're going to have to come in.
So yeah, either they get a win the old-fashioned way, or they get a timeout victory. Oh, and it looks like that's what they may get on the Lusty Argonian Maids.
They have an advantage here. Look at that jump.
Man, Lusty Argonian Maid getting ripped apart. 2-on-1 here.
Brutal fire.
But the Gents just had no choice. Sammy BT asking what overtime means. I explain this every week. In any event, it looks like they may be about to get an old-fashioned win here.
Yeah, they have the Gents Pagoda zoned out with that mountain here as it tried to pincer. It's got itself away from its ally. If the Argonian Maid cannot get behind this rock, it's going to be in a world of hurt. Still keeping their long-range sides here. I think they feel that they can get this kill just with the Artemis and Hades. So
they probably can. 2-on-1. Lusty Argonian Maid may just be about to escape. But even if Lusty Argonian Maid manages to get out of this,
balloon,
it doesn't matter because they're going to get a timeout victory anyway.
This is over. I can't see it surviving now. The balloon's gone. If the Hades shots hit,
he could glide behind. He could glide behind that cover, but it'd be tricky.
The Hades didn't come in. He got his balloon back up. Okay.
Yeah, two engines out. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's gonna be really tricky to get out of. No engines. Yeah, he's
no engines, no balloon. He's gonna lose all mobility except for him falling. And
there we have it.
Wow. Very tight matches.
Yeah,
Two excellent teams.
The Mandarin forced the Gents to fight them on their terms using the timeout rules. Fair enough.
Fair enough. So goes competitive play.
Yep.
On one hand, you can say it's similar in the way that the Gents are using the spawning to their advantage by.
Well, yeah.